The Dust Bowl era. In the early 1900s, the Great Plains were known to have very rich and fertile soil. This soil attracted many farmers to move out west for the opportunity to produce bountiful crops. This grass-covered ground was used by cattle farmers for grazing. Overgrazing, however, led to the start of the Dust Bowl. Wheat farmers, also in the Midwest, overplowed these lands. This dried them up and deprived the soil of nutrients needed for plants to grow. In 1920, a burst of farmers moved to the Midwest and began to overplow the land even more than they had before. In 1930, a drought hit the Midwest and the crops could not get enough water to grow. Harsh winters treated the ground poorly and also contributed to soil erosion. In the summers, quick winds would erode soil and black blizzards could start in the blink of an eye. The black blizzards and drought combined caused many unnatural occurrences and illnesses within communities. When black blizzards hit, inhabitants could suffer from suffocation and dust pneumonia, also known as the brown plague. Delirium could also occur from coughing up large amounts of dust and phlegm. Small children and the elderly could even die if caught in a dust storm. Unnatural occurrences such as rabbits coming from the hills and locusts attacking crops further depleted the farms of success. An effort to help. In 1935, President Roosevelt created the Drought Relief Service. This service offered livestock buying, relief checks, and also food handouts. Although this may have helped the people in the area, something still had to be done about the land. Okies move west. Farmers of the Dust Bowl began to lose faith in what they were doing with their land. Thousands of people from Oklahoma and surrounding states began to migrate westward to find work. These people took jobs from Californians and other locals trying to find work during the Depression, which angered many. By 1940, over 2.5 million settlers of the Dust Bowl had left and headed west to escape the harsh environment. Hugh Bennett's plan. Hugh Bennett, a geologist, had studied the erosion of soil in many states throughout the U.S. He's now known as the father of the conservation of soil because of his contributions to helping save the Midwest. He decided to take his knowledge to Washington, D.C. to help solve the soil erosion of the Dust Bowl. While he was there in May of 1934, a large dust storm blew from the Midwest to Washington, D.C. and made the politicians feel what many families had felt for years. After this large storm, the Soil Conservation Act was put into place, and with the help of Hugh Bennett, the Midwest could finally get rid of black blizzards. The Soil Conservation Act states that it was created to control floods, prevent impairment of reservoirs, and maintain the navigability of rivers and harbors, protect public health, public lands, and relieve unemployment. It also says that it is the farmer's duty to help protect the soil and punishes those who do not follow the regulations. It promoted terracing and crop rotation to help bring back the nutrients and grasses in the soil of the Dust Bowl. Conservation efforts. New farming methods were not the only new conservation efforts introduced after the Soil Conservation Act. Other efforts were also supported by the Conservation Act. Planting wind-breaking trees and replowing land helped to stop wind from picking up soil. These efforts helped reduce soil erosion by 65%, but the drought continued to haunt the Dust Bowl. The rain returns. In 1939, the 9-year drought finally ended with an extremely rainy season in the Dust Bowl. Farmers now had rain to water their crops, and new farming methods that would help keep the Dust Bowl from ever happening again. Many families did not return from California, but those who stayed through the black blizzards lived after 1939 without any more dust storms to keep them out of their farmland.